Jordan here again, and today I am going to be comparing two similar tools. So I'm going to be doing a little versus challenge. I'm going to be explaining to you guys, maybe some newcomers, even veterans that are wanting to invest in certain tools, on maybe the pros and cons that I've had on similar and like tools. And there's not going to be like a certain winner, because you know, every tool has its own key features maybe, or things that it does better, but I want to compare like tools. So today we're going to be comparing the Moermans Excelerator with the flick pad and the Wagtail, it's the slimline with the flipper. This is a 14-inch. The whole combination is you have the Moermans Excelerator handle with a liquidator 2.0, and then you have the flick pad, and you can buy those all separately, those three tools, but altogether it runs about $50. Next we have the Wagtail 14-inch. It's a slimline channel with the flipper. Okay, this runs you about maybe $35, so it's about $15 less. Has the same key features as far as its swiveling, and it has a mop on it. They both have the ability to mop, scrub the window, flip it over, and squeegee the window. That's what makes these tools so popular and user-friendly most of the time. So you have the ability to change the angles. You have 40 right there, that's the 40 degree. Then you can change it to 25. Then you can change it to 10, which is almost straight up and down. So depending on your angle, if there's an obstacle, and especially on a pole, that's why they decided to be able to change the angles. The Wagtail, you cannot change the angles. It's fixed at probably about a 40 degree angle. Next we have Wagtail, and it has a full swivel handle. But they do give you these clips so that you can restrict the range of motion. If you don't want it to swivel all the way around, you can pop these clips in. Let me show you right now. So boom, and boom, just pop them in, and now it's restricted. So now it only goes like that. So let me show you. Let me get a little, get that mop going. Okay, see, now that it's restricted, flip it over, and that's as far as it's going to swivel. So that it is nice, they do give you that. The Moerman, the Excelerator, allows you full swiveling, okay, but it can also be at a fixed, so you can make it a fixed handle, okay? For you guys that I have noticed, some people have been complaining about the new pad that's come out from Moerman. So what they did was they put this, they sew this in, this elastic, and it pulls the pad off the window so that it's not dragging when you squeegee and leaving some water behind. That is a nice feature that they've done. The other thing is they sewed this bar in. Now, the one before this, the flick pad before this, was smaller and it was more flexible. This is more rigid. Now the problem you get is trying to flick. Look, see that? See how it stops and then you're up like that? So if you get it down and then you're trying to, it's not coming down because it catches. See how that bar catches? When it's really wet, it actually helps a little bit. One feature that I like about the Excelerator and the flick system is that you're able to switch from the pad being on top to the pad being on the bottom of the handle. The Wagtail is only underneath. So for pull and for in your hand. One feature I like about Wagtail is that it's simple. Okay, you have a durable handle and you have a simple pad setup. There's nothing to get in the way. there are a lot of things that could potentially, not saying it will, go wrong with the accelerator because there's a lot of moving pieces. This angle, you know, stopping that button. Also the springs in there. So there's just more things that could possibly go wrong compared to the Wagtail. So maybe if you're an owner of a company and you know your guys are pretty hard on tools, you know, maybe you want to go with the Wagtail. But I'm not saying that something's going to go wrong with the accelerator. There's just more of a chance because there's more moving pieces. The positives for the accelerator is that you can customize it to your liking more than the Wagtail. This is what some guys were talking about, is that when you try to flick this new pad, see, that's pretty good right there. But see how it does get caught? That, see, it didn't that time. If you give it some force, it won't. Now the 18, I find it's even worse. It does get stuck more. But see, if you do it, that bar gets stuck. So you just gotta be forceful with it. As you can see, you scrub like that, flip it back, put your thumb on, and you can just squeegee the window. All right, same thing. You mop the window, you just let it fall like that. Boom. Just like that. Squeegee the window. Obviously, I'm not squeegeeing it. I'm not at a job right now. I'm just showing you guys how it's working. If you're comparing both of these, Moerman holds a lot more water. You can just tell it's just a better pad. You know, this is a lot thinner. I do like how the Wagtail moves in your hand though. You know, it just feels good. You can buy the accelerator handle and get different size liquidator channels. I guess you could do that with the Wagtail too. But I do like their end clips for zero detailing. You can get really close with the Wagtail, but I prefer the clips. I'm just used to it. So that's one feature to think about if you're looking at buying one of these products. So as you guys know, overall, I prefer the accelerator. There's nothing wrong with the Wagtail. It's a very good tool. It's simple. It's easy to use. It's easy to use on a pole. I just prefer being able to adjust when I need to, and I haven't had any problems with the tool falling apart or any of the buttons breaking. So I can understand where some people come from, where they say, well, there's just too much stuff going on. You know, my employees just can't figure it out. I can understand that. But just for me, I prefer the accelerator. If you guys have any questions on these tools, comment below and I will do my best in trying to answer it. For any of you newcomers that are curious about these, you can buy both of these, I'm pretty sure, at any of your, you know, window cleaning shops online, like Window Cleaning Resource, J-Race Steam. Pretty sure they carry these guys. If you guys have any questions about how these do compared to one another on a pole, I would ask Luke the window cleaner or Marcus. They have more experience in doing pole work. I don't do a lot of pole work. I do more water-fed pole, and I do a lot of single-story houses here in the resort communities that I work in Arizona. So if you guys have any questions, if you're going to be mainly using this for pole work, I would definitely shout out to one of those guys, Luke or Marcus, because they know what they're talking about with these two guys. Let me give you a quick tour. That's the button you push to change the angles, up and down. This button you push down to lock it in place. On the back side you push like that for it to be swiveling. These clips are pretty rigid. You just pop them off, boom, boom. Then you can use it just as your everyday squeegee handle. The Wagtail, so they do give you these clips, at least mine did, where you can adjust how much it swivels. This pad is very durable. It does have a decent scrubbing power for how thin it is. It's very lightweight, and the tool just keeps working just how it should. I haven't had any problems with it. I can tell it's gonna be a durable handle. It's not gonna break on me. This is also a very good tool. If you liked this video and you think it was helpful, shoot me a thumbs up, that would be awesome.